Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video, another patch video, and yeah, a data mine was made by Oshida and Gszabi. So thank you all the members, thank you all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50k until the end of the year, and we are on Reddit on the post made by Oshida and Gszabi. And yeah, thank you too for actually doing the data mines. It really helps, and I will leave these posts on the description as well for you to follow what I say. Okay guys, so let's get going. So part 1, we will see part 1, 2 and 3. Everything else I will be doing probably another one fairly soon when more stuff is added. So yeah, new loading screens to see Des Moines and Yak 141. Okay, very good. Okay, nothing major here. Explored material code changes, aircraft steel kinetic. That's exploded material code changes, aircraft steel. So this is something to do with damage in the aircraft. Aircraft steel shrapnel removes all types of decal except shrapnel. Aircraft wood as well. So there are some changes in the damage of aircraft. So yeah. Okay. Plane tracer opacity. I really don't know what this is. X-ray colors change it, obviously for you to look what is important or not in the game. So yeah, pretty cool. Shell impact patches now show burn marks. Okay, very cool. Switzerland as the new country in the game. We have some flying in the background, moving tanks and shooting tanks in the background. Everything on the background change it. And some new premiums for the background as well. Added special hangers. Remove it apparently. So they're probably going to do new ones for the upcoming year, probably. That's probably why they are doing that. Okay, simplified Chinese radio sounds removed. I don't know what this means. Football map. Oh, date. So on the 17th of March, we will maybe see some kind of football mode again. So okay. New aircraft files. This is from the patch day. So yeah. The Kurnas, the Hunter F-58, and the RO-44. This is the biplane, the hydro biplane of the Italians. The new one that was added like in tier 1. Remove the aircraft files, Dragonfly, okay, for the Onitroppers event. And then the Lancaster Mark 7 for France. Some flight module changes for the Bill fighters. Some aerodynamics changes to the F-Force, according to these, not too much. This is a drag thing, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong, so let me know. Cockpit door block speed, okay, some changes as well. We know the F-Force. F-16s, horizontal and vertical stabilizers, aerodynamics, change it. Elevator, angles multiplier, change it. Engines, minimum RPM, max allowed RPM, turbine, just changes in the engine. Functionality, I don't think this changes anything, but this actually, you can feel it in the game. It feels a little bit nerfed, to be honest. It feels like they nerfed a little bit. Some changes on that as well. MiG-29s, wings, horizontal stabilizer, aerodynamics, change it. Elevators, angles, multipliers, change it. This was actually basically on the dev server data mines, it was explained it. And it is basically a buff for the MiG-29. I will be showing the performance of it probably in a video or something like that. So yeah, some minor changes on the Tornado. Yak 141. Last drag, I think. Base afterburner thrust coefficient increase it. So more power for the Yak compared to the Dev. Higher thrust multiplier. Okay, and some other changes, minimal changes for the VTOL. Aircraft loadout changes, so Bell fighters, P-47s, aircraft damage models. So all of these, you can pause it and see it. A lot of aircraft, most of the aircraft in the game. New disable exhaust FX if contrail is active. So it actually removes the exhaust effects if the contrails are active. So kind of weird, but okay. Other changes over here on the distance multiplier in sight, the render distance rate. and that other change as well. Some render distance multiplier as well. So this was changed for basically the whole game. You can see targets from further away now, especially the smokes and other stuff. 810s, same changes as before. As you see here, addition of an ejection seat. Same changes as before, added a ejection seat. Same changes. Fire bombs for the E32. Some different bombs for the Russian B-25. That makes sense actually. Bill Fighter, stabilizer is split it in two. What does that mean? BF-109s, gun pods, damage model, hidden by default. Okay, nothing too major. Added a cockpit lead indicator. A lot of these aircraft received that. Same changes as before. F4S, render, everything like that. HUD, it's different. Moved the camera in the cockpit. Some other minor changes like inside the cockpit. Other stuff that was already mentioned before. Everything that was mentioned before on these F-15s, 16s. Harriers, okay, nothing too major. New sounds for the nozzles. That was something that I noticed for some of the aircraft. Okay, nothing too crazy, just the effects and other minor things like that. Some loadouts removed. J37 added cockpit lead indicator. Apparently it is not working inside the cockpit. I have to test it again, but still. Contrail thing. Okay. Same thing. Added the ejection seat for the MiG-23s. Added the ejection seat for the MiG-29. The gun pod was actually added for the Mirage 2000D. I want to make a video about it. It is a very good gun pod actually with the DEFAs. Some other changes for the P-47. Tornado. So added a cockpit lead. Some same stuff as before. Countermeasures. You got decrease it, now launch separately. Has its own drop tank apparently. And now you can add the other flare and chef pod to actually help it. And then they actually added the MVD. That's nice. Actually added the NVD for the Tornado F3. Pretty cool. Yak 41, some changes like ammo count. This is finally fixed. Remove the ER for the outside pylons. Flap range limitations when carrying the R27 ERs on slot 2 and 3. That's because they remove it. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. New radar. So the APG-76, which is right now a copy-paste of the APG-66. This is the radar of the what's it called? The Kurnas 2000, right? New RWR. I think this is for the Tornado. The weird multiplier that all the radars had got removed. I don't know what this is. This is the radar for the Panzer, if I'm not mistaken. Got a radar increased in range a little bit. Some azimuths as well changed. Okay. Radar track, new maximum. Okay. Zook radar. Remove the dynamic range parameter for the medium PRF and high PRF search and track. Okay. Medium PRF, high PRF, and acquirement track. Doppler speed with 24. I think it should be 0, but kind of weird. Lock and track now have a range multiplier of 1. This is the radar for the... This is, oh my god, look at the size of this thing. It's the radar for the Tornado F3. So no longer it's a copy-paste of the AWG-9. You can see that... let me just check. Max range is around 160 kilometers for the bigger targets. And I think for the smaller ones are 125. So yeah, very good radar as it was already known to be in real life. Azimuth changes obviously to make it so that it's the proper Fox Hunter radar, not the AWG-9. So nothing too crazy to say about here, just the degrees and stuff. And TWS max number of targets 20 instead of 24. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but yeah, they're fixing the game a little bit. Let's go for the second part. This is going to be a long video if I don't go with it. So sound changes, some sound changes. Ships. So here are some changes of the ships. I'm not going to get too much into this. You can pause it, or you can also go into the description and I will leave the links there. Okay, so a lot of changes in just the ships in general, right? And here we have the changes for the tanks. So yeah, new tanks, as you see, largely interesting Russian Badger. Okay, so changes on that. Armor and Roundel are gonna cupola. Okay, this is apparently the thing that they did to actually nerf, or not just make more realistic, I think, or something like that, the Sakros missiles. That's why people are saying that the Tunguska, for example, it's a lot worse, and some of the other AA systems are a lot worse. That's why, okay? It's because they actually changed something on the tracking of that. The cannons of the Panzer, horizontal speed, vertical speed, okay? The launcher to actually turns a little bit less. Okay, no problem. And the pleated berry no longer affects the gun handling, okay? Because it's manual, probably. Challenger 2E. Some changes on the engine names and stuff. And some armor changes. Churchill NA as well. Ariete AMV, Ariete Prototype, PSO, War. Same changes as you see, some of them. And then we have added mine protection as a tier 3. That's interesting, actually. And mine protection for the Merkava Mark IV. So yeah, basically this is it for this. Let's go for part 3. Then we have some new bombs, as you see. So some British bombs over here, as well as this is probably the Hunter F58 bomb. Some other changes in some of the bombs that we already had, some names and other minor things, drop tanks and targeting pods. They had the pave spike for the what you call the Kurnas 2000. New drop tanks only for the Tornado F3 and Hunter F58 for now, which is kind of sad. I really wished, not that it needs, but it would be nice to have external fuel tank for some other aircraft, like the Mirage 2000, for example. Ground weapons, new weapons, okay, nothing. Here we have some sharpnel changes on some of the guns on the ground. At the start of this video, I talked about how they actually changed some of the damage of the things. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Here we have, this is, okay. So I don't know, they really changed the missiles of the Tunguska. Like, really did change. 18 Gs. And that's it. New stat car launch range. There's a lot of things over here. I don't know what it was before, but they changed the missile. The VT1 was also changed. The weirdest thing of all was the G limit. 50 Gs. So the VT1 can actually pull 50 Gs now, apparently. But yeah, they are adding this new guidance sector that I think is just to make it more precise or something similar to that. And here we have the Panzer missile as well. A little bit stronger. And autopilot changes as well. So yeah, the missiles are a little bit more realistic, apparently. Naval guns, we have some naval guns changes over here. Then missiles, the new missile added for the air-to-air was the Skyflash Super Temp. So it has now a longer burn time, so that's pretty good. And also a longer kilonewton force on the engine itself. It is a little bit heavier as well, but this will actually help the missile a bit. The cool part is that after the the booster burn, it is actually lighter a little bit. So it gains a little bit more weight there, but a lot more power. And then afterwards, it's a little bit less, but it's a lot lighter. So yeah, pretty good. Engine sustainer burn was decreased, and then the sustainer burn time was also decreased. And a larger guidance duration, a larger speed as well. I don't know what, I mean, it is indeed a buff. You can see by the datas from this, I will show you. So you see, for example, here we have 800 total delta V of the Super Temp. It was closer to 700 in the dev. So it was like 712 or something like that. I don't know exactly the number, but yeah, it is now like, it's not as great as the Sparrow in energy or even the ER, obviously, but it is a lot better than the Skyflash. It is better than the R27, and it is better even than the R24. So yeah, very good. So yeah, it feels like it is better. It's nothing crazy. Still is just a normal semi-active missile, but it is a little bit better than it was on the dev. So yeah, you can be happy a little bit, at least UK players. And then we have the torpedo changes over here and air weapons. So yeah, the sharp network was changed as well for all these guns. So yeah, people are saying that they are doing less damage than before. But I think it's supposed to be more here because it's the radios. I don't know exactly what they changed it, but anyway, it is what it is. Then Tech 3 weapon HUD icons, so they changed some of those. So I don't know, nothing too fancy. New like images for the vehicles and stuff. Features, new feature, allow show gyro sight deflection, only available for guiding test. I don't know about this, but it's probably to dev the actual gyro sight. So I don't know. Maybe they are working on something else for the other aircraft as well. We don't know. So yeah, new vehicles. These are the new vehicles. Russian Badger, LVT A1, probably for the event that it's coming up. The Hunter F-86, the new F-84G premium for China, the new biplane for Italy. This is a new ship, and the Kurnas 2000 under the other F-4E. Tech 3 changes, some of the Russian and one Russian P-39 and one Italian P-47 are available for purchase. Stat card dynamic campaign X-ray changes, so AJ is now Axis. Kind of weird, but okay. MiG-29, 912A, fuel tanks, all except with one no tag self-sealing, neutral gas procedure. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's actually pretty good. It's good to have this system to not catch on fire that much. Axis, Eastern, Western Front. Yeah, this is for the dynamic campaigns, right? Turn time. Okay, decreased, so it was buffed a little bit. And then the 913, yes, the 913, they got more fuel, if you remember. So the climb speed was changed, and the max speed was decreased as well. That's just why it increased the turn time. That's just because it is actually a little bit heavier because it's carrying more fuel. So yeah, there's that. And as you see here, you can see the minor difference between the 912A and the 913. It is literally 0.3 seconds of turn time, which is basically nothing. It will always come down to the pilot between those two. So yeah, some other stuff. The pressurization systems. Okay, Yak 41 is now a fighter jet. Obviously, it needs to be. BR changes. Some BR changes that were done. Economic changes as well. You can take a look on that. I mean, I'm not going to just read them all because there is no reason for it. But basically, this is it, guys. Not a lot of stuff from the patch day, to be honest. We will need to wait until the couple of upcoming days to see more stuff being fixed and changed. So yeah, but basically this is it. What do you think about especially the flight models of the F-16 and MiG-29? I think this is a big change for us that like to play those aircraft. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye, guys.